The Miami Dolphins are not where any of us thought they'd be right now. They're sitting at 1-2, a spot nobody saw coming. 2 games off what most of us hoped, and things aren't looking good. You've got the franchise QB, Tua Tagovailoa, out on IR for at least another 3 weeks. And it doesn't stop there, his backup is injured, too. So, what's left? The options are Tim Boyle and Snoop Huntley. Both are solid backups, but let's be real, they're not at Tua's level. And that's a massive drop-off. Think about this, they're the only team in the NFL that hasn't held a lead through 3 weeks. That's a huge red flag. Oh, and did I mention they have the worst offense in the league right now? Hard to believe this is the same team that dropped 70 points on the Broncos just a year ago. And then, against the Seahawks? 3 points. 3. Something's gotta change, or this season is heading for disaster. We're talking full-on collapse if they don't figure it out. First things first, Skylar Thompson isn't the answer. He just isn't. Yeah, he's a third-year guy, picked up in the 7th round out of Kansas State, but he's not the guy you can rely on to win games. He's got 1 win, and that was against a weak New York Jets team with Joe Flacco at QB. In his career, he's thrown for 941 yards with 2 touchdowns and 5 picks. That's in 10 games. Throw in a couple of fumbles, and it's pretty clear he's not what this team needs right now. Thompson's injured anyway, but even if he wasn't, should he really be out there starting? Nope. The guy struggles under pressure, and when you're running an offense like Miami's, where quick throws are key, that's a big issue. The depth chart should look like this heading into the game against the Titans: Huntley, Boyle, then Thompson. Huntley's proven he can hold things together when Lamar Jackson was out, and Boyle, well, he's built his career being a backup. Huntley's skill set fits what Miami needs right now. He's young, he's mobile, and in this system, he gives Miami the best shot to succeed, especially in a big Monday Night Football game. Thompson just doesn't have the ability to win those high-scoring, high-stakes games. Not now, not in this moment. They need someone who can handle the pressure, and Huntley's the guy who gives them that chance. Here's the thing that's flying under the radar: the defense. Yeah, everyone's talking about the offense, or lack of it, but Miami's defense has been doing their part. They've been giving the offense great field positions, especially in the second half of games. But when you dive into the numbers, something stands out. The defense has given up 58 points in the first half of games so far, but only 7 points in the second half. So, what's the deal with the slow starts? It seems like it takes the defense about 2 quarters to really get into a groove. Once they do, they're solid. But by then, it's often too late. The offense is already in a hole, and digging out is a tall order for this team right now. Some of this is growing pains with a new defensive coordinator, but let's be honest, they've got to tighten things up in the first half. The Dolphins can't afford to be giving up that many points early on, especially when the offense is struggling to score. If they can start strong, it'll take a lot of pressure off the offense. They've shown they can make the adjustments, they just need to do it earlier. Let's talk about Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle for a second. These two are game changers. But where are they? So far, Hill and Waddle have combined for just 26 catches, 370 yards, and 1 touchdown. 1 touchdown. For a team that's supposed to be built around speed and playmaking, that's pretty underwhelming. And when you're paying these guys big money, Hill is making over $80 million, Waddle's contract is similar, you expect more. So, why aren't they more involved? Too often, you see them sitting on the bench, watching from the sideline. It doesn't make sense, especially for an offense that's clearly struggling. The route combinations have been all over the place, and they haven't been running the same kind of motion that made them so hard to defend last year. Even when they are open, they're not getting the ball. That's a huge problem. When Hill and Waddle are at their best, this offense is nearly unstoppable. They need to be the focal point, plain and simple. The Dolphins have a lot to figure out. The season's not over, but the clock is ticking. If they don't make some changes, and fast, This could be a long, frustrating season for fans. But there's still hope. We've seen what this team can do when things click. Now, it's up to the coaching staff to get them there. Will they?